Coraline is a beautifully animated film that truly grabs your attention with its mix of horror, fantasy, and coming-of-age themes. The story follows a young girl named Coraline Jones, who stumbles upon a parallel universe that looks perfect at first glance, but as she explores this new world, she quickly discovers that it has a dark and creepy side. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the story of the movie and analyze the main characters. Let's start with the plot. The story kicks off with Coraline moving into a new house with her parents, who are often too busy to pay much attention to her. They live in an old creaky building that has been divided into several apartments, and Coraline often feels lonely and bored in her new environment. With her parents focused on their work, she finds herself wandering around the house to entertain herself. One day, while exploring her new home, Coraline stumbles upon a small mysterious door. Curious about what lies behind it, she decides to open it, leading her to a hidden world that seems to be full of excitement and adventure. This discovery sets off a chain of events that will change her life forever. When Coraline steps through the door, she finds herself in a bright and magical version of her own life. In this other world, everything is more colorful and exciting than what she's used to. Her other mother and other father are incredibly loving and attentive, giving her all the affection she has been missing, along with delicious meals that seem to come straight out of a fairy tale. The other world is also filled with quirky characters, like the lively neighbors who are far more entertaining than the people she knows in her real life. At first, Coraline is completely enchanted by this alternate reality. She loves all the attention and the seemingly perfect life she has always dreamed of having. The other mother, with her button eyes and caring nature, embodies the ideal version of motherhood that Coraline has always wanted. However, as Coraline spends more time in this magical world, things start to take a turn. The other world begins to show its darker side, revealing that not everything is as perfect as it seems. Coraline soon realizes that there are some serious consequences to this seemingly perfect life, and she must confront the truth about what lies beneath the surface. She quickly realizes that the other mother has some pretty sinister plans. The charm of the other world is actually a trap meant to keep Coraline there forever. The other mother wants to sew buttons over Coraline's eyes, which is a creepy symbol of control and conformity. This transformation would mean that Coraline would lose her identity and individuality, becoming nothing more than a puppet in the other mother's twisted game. As she tries to find a way out of this nightmare, she encounters the ghost children who were trapped in the other world before her. They share their heartbreaking stories, revealing the tragic fates they suffered, which adds a chilling layer to the tale. Their warnings highlight just how serious Coraline's situation is and make her realize the real danger she's in. Now she knows she has to confront the other mother and figure out a way to escape before it's too late. The stakes are high, and she must summon all her courage and cleverness to outsmart the other mother and reclaim her freedom. Now let's give a little character analysis on the main characters. Let's start with the main character, Coraline. She is a strong and clever girl who goes on a pretty wild journey throughout the story. Her character growth is a big part of what drives the plot forward. At the start of the film, Coraline is shown as a curious and adventurous kid, but she's also dealing with feeling ignored and lonely at times. When she enters the other world, we really get to see her true colors shine through. As she faces one challenge after another, her courage and determination become clear. She transforms from a child who just wants some attention into a brave young woman who is willing to fight for her freedom and protect the people she loves. Coraline proves that she has what it takes to outsmart the other mother and escape the sinister trap she's fallen into. Her character arc is inspiring, showing that even when things get scary, a little bravery and quick thinking can go a long way. Now let's talk about the main villain of the story, the other mother, who is also known as the Beldam. At first, she seems like a caring motherly figure, but it doesn't take long for her true colors to show. The other mother is actually a manipulative and evil force who will stop at nothing to get what she wants. Her character represents the dangers of trying to control everything and the problems that can arise when you idealize things too much. The other mother is so determined to create the perfect world for Coraline that she ends up ruining everything. Her obsession with control is what ultimately leads to her downfall, as it pushes Coraline further and further away. She's a complex villain because she doesn't start out that way. She lures Coraline in with the promise of a better life, only to reveal her sinister plans later on. This makes her even scarier because you don't see the true threat until it's almost too late. She will do anything to keep Coraline in her grasp, including sewing buttons over her eyes to turn her into a lifeless doll. Now let's talk about the supporting characters. They really help to enrich the story and make it more interesting. Coraline's real parents, while they might seem neglectful at first, actually represent the complexities of family life. They aren't bad people or outright villains. They are just flawed individuals who are overwhelmed by their own challenges and responsibilities. This makes them relatable, as many families have their own struggles and issues to deal with. On the other hand, the eccentric neighbors add a fun twist to the film. Characters like Mr. Babinski and the two elderly actresses bring a lot of comic relief to the story. Their quirky personalities and silly antics provide a nice contrast to the darker themes of the film, helping to lighten the mood at times. For instance, Mr. Babinski is a bit of a strange character who claims to train mice for a circus, and his over-the-top behavior is both amusing and memorable. These supporting characters not only add charm and humor but also help to highlight Coraline's feelings of isolation and her desire for connection. In conclusion, Coraline has made a significant mark on both the animation and horror genres. Its unique ability to mix themes that are friendly for kids with darker, more intense elements has really resonated with audiences of all ages. This balance allows viewers to experience a thrilling adventure while still enjoying the whimsical aspects of the story. The film has received a lot of praise from critics for its originality, captivating storytelling, and stunning visuals. Many people appreciate how it pushes the boundaries of traditional animated films, making it stand out in a crowded field. Because of its creative approach, Coraline has inspired a loyal fanbase that continues to celebrate its unique style and themes. Even years after its release, Coraline remains a beloved film that is often discussed and revisited. Its impact can be seen in how it has influenced other movies and stories, encouraging creators to explore darker themes in a way that is still accessible to younger audiences. Overall, Coraline is not just a film, it's a remarkable piece of art that has left a lasting legacy in the world of animation and storytelling.